The Los Angeles Rams are coming off their bye, and they are hosting the Las Vegas Raiders, who had a tough loss against the Pittsburgh Steelers at home in Week 6. My name is Tyler, here with my brother Ryan, and we're going to break down this Week 7 matchup between the Raiders and Rams. We're going to talk about the matchups within the game that you need to look out for, and at the very end of the video, provide our predictions on who we think is going to win and why. But before we get into that, we do have a goal of getting to 100 new subscribers for these Week 7 prediction videos that we have coming out. We've been able to hit that goal over the past several weeks thanks to all of our new members. And so if this is your first time here, or if you have not already, go ahead and subscribe to the Tracy Take. Leave a like and a comment. Let us know who you think is going to win this game and why. And so, Ryan, the Rams are coming off their bye week, which is needed. They are just trying to get healthy overall. I still think that there is just some potential for this team. We saw it last year where they really came on strong in the second half of the season. So I think they're just trying to get to that point here, especially too now that they are sitting at they're sitting at 1-4. Still some opportunities here to continue to, but not have a losing record. And I think a game against the Las Vegas Raiders here, I think, is that opportunity to come off fresh off the bye, try and get things moving the right way here. Because this Raiders team, they went with Aiden O'Connell today. And to be fair, they went up against a Pittsburgh Steelers team, which historically have had really good defenses. And for a Raiders team that has a bad offense, that's normally a bad matchup. And that proved to be the case today. And so, but on top of that, though, too, they Steelers put up 32 points against them as well. Defense just seems to be struggling. Just as a whole, Raiders team just doesn't seem to be clicking overall. There's a lot of things going on internally, it seems like, as well, with Davante Adams. What do you think both of these teams need to do to come out with a much-needed victory in this Week 7 matchup?
Yeah, so if I'm the Raiders, I'm trying to get after Matthew Stafford. This whole team is pretty banged up. They're missing their two top playmakers on offense in Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. So I'm trying to get after Matthew Stafford and see if I can get some short fields for my offense and seeing if I can even maybe get a defensive score. And so that, to me, I think is the game plan defensively. I'm going to take some risks and see if I can really get after Stafford early. And then if on the offensive side of the ball, getting Davante Adams and Jacoby Myers was out with I believe, an ankle injury this week as well. Getting those guys back and getting this offense back in a rhythm. They've really struggled just to have a consistent offense just this whole season so far. And getting him back, that opens up the middle of the field for Brock Bowers to operate more effectively. And I just think they're just struggling on offense. So getting that offense in a rhythm, see if they can get some points, and then also play the field position game and don't make stupid turnovers. Don't give Matthew Stafford those opportunities to go and get some quick points where that's what the 49ers did. They missed some field goals, had a couple turnovers, and then the Rams came back in the game that they won. So it's going to be an interesting battle. I think you look, Max Crosby against this offensive line is a good matchup. And Jared Verse has had a pretty good rookie season also against, and so watching him go up against this offensive line for the Raiders, it's going to be a good matchup, and I think there's going to be some interesting battles going on in it.
Yeah, no, it's that's going to be the biggest thing to me is this Rams, and honestly, their offensive line, as you said, they just haven't really been healthy at all for a majority of this year, and then they weren't healthy going into week 1, and then Puka got hurt, and then Cooper got hurt the next week. So it's just been piling on for this offense where really we haven't seen their full potential. But one of the biggest things that I think going for the Rams here is just kind of the Raiders' inefficiency to run the ball. And if I look at the Rams, just kind of defense as a whole, they are one of the worst rushing teams in the league. And so luckily they're going up against a team that cannot run the ball at all. So hopefully that kind of trend doesn't continue for the Rams here. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day for them. But because if they're able to stop this run here, and if the Raiders still are not fully healthy, hopefully it takes a lot of pressure off this defense. And Matt Stafford, Sean McVay, they can kind of have a little bit more controlled offensive system overall. Because I will say props to all the guys here that stepped up to this opportunity, even to Jordan Whittington. He's a guy that we talked about when we were doing their draft recap, how I like this guy in this system because he was a third, fourth guy anyways, already in that Texas school. And he at Texas. And so That's just funny. Yeah, that little tiny Texas school, like they're
Yeah,
only okay at football. Uh,
the
but he was that third
current
or
number
fourth
one team in
guy,
the country.
anyways. Yeah, yeah. And so he's stepping up and making most of his opportunity here because I think he's going to keep earning some more playing time. But same thing though with Tutu Atwell and several of the other members who are playing in Cooper's and Puka's absence right now. Kyron Williams is playing well too, and that's going to be kind of another matchup to watch as well. As the Las Vegas Raiders, they have the 23rd ranked rushing defense when it comes to yards allowed, while the Rams they are wanting to improve on this number, but they're 26 in overall rushing in rushing yards of offense, and so I think once again, though, too, another area in the running game as well where maybe they can kind of exploit. Because I feel like they're definitely just going to be better in that matchup overall, on both offensively running to the Raiders, but also the Raiders, they just can't really run the ball at all. So if the Rams can win this, the rushing game on both sides of the ball, I think it's going to really open things up for them and opportunities to come out victorious in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Rams have more opportunities to go out and win this game, whereas or they have more ways to go win this game. Whereas I feel like the Raiders, like they almost have to play a perfect game. Like I could see.
Well, yeah, and another thing too, it comes back then just to their overall quarterback play. It's like there's like
Yeah,
Matt Stafford and Aiden O'Connell. Like no offense to Aiden O'Connell, even though he is a Boilermaker, and right
you
now we're
suck.
rooting for the
No, I'm kidding.
Hooters. And so, but Matt Stafford, like no comparison even to on how much better he is at quarterback than Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah,
And that's just where you'll see that in a veteran quarterback like that. Not even just veteran quarterback, but then I say veteran quarterback, but where even just knowing blocking assignments, being able to read defenses, knowing where blitzes are coming, putting guys in the right spot, or even to putting guys in the right spot to block to help protect him, but also to with receivers as well. Like, hey, this is zone defense. This is the soft side of the zone. We're
yeah,
going to change your route up, do a hot route to this right here. He just has that capability to, even with a far superior receiving room as of right now. Even though that being said, the Raiders receiving room is not healthy at all either, or not playing for personal reasons. But he's able to just get these guys open who really probably like are backup receivers. Not are probably they are backup receivers in the league, but he's able to make them more efficient just with his overall knowledge of the game and his ability to throw the ball. So that's just where I think kind of coming down to it with my picks here. I just look at it from a lot of different aspects where Matt Stafford versus Aiden O'Connell, that's better. I think coaching wise, that's better. I think when healthy, the teams are better just in general. And so coming off a bye as well, Rams going to be a little more well rested, not coming off a demoralizing defeat. And so I'm going to go with the Rams in this one here. Going to be kind of tough to score. Let's say the Rams take off. Let's say it's something similar. Let's say it's like a 28-14 type victory for the Rams.
yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking too. I just for the Raiders to come in and win, they have to play a perfect game. They can't commit any turnovers. They can't.
Mm-hmm.
They have to win the field position battle, and like they're gonna have to get some gifts from the Los Angeles Rams. Whereas I feel like the Rams, one, play a cleaner style of football anyways, but with Matthew Stafford have the ability to overcome those mistakes if they do happen. And so I just think they're the better team. Neither of these teams I think are going to be making late playoff pushes. They've both just been decimated with injuries. The Raiders kind of off the field issues have really struggled or have helped contribute to their struggles. So
Yeah.
I'm going with the Rams. I think they're just the better team. So let's go ahead. We'll wrap this video up here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. It is the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, go ahead and leave a comment on who you think is going to come out ahead. Will it be the Las Vegas Raiders? Will it be the Los Angeles Rams? And on that, we'll see you guys next time.